Hi, I am Jake Melton, and this is video discussion number 3 for Math 108. In the first problem, we have that cosine squared x minus sine squared x over 1 minus tangent squared x equals cosine squared x. One option would be to use the Pythagorean identities and start on the left-hand side, and one of the identities is that tangent squared x is the same thing as secant squared x minus 1. So, we substitute the secant squared x minus 1 in for the tangent squared x, and that gives us this equation. The second option is to also use the Pythagorean identities on the left-hand side, and one of the identities is sine squared x equals 1 minus cosine squared x, and we substitute 1 minus cosine squared x in for sine squared x, and that gives us this equation right here. In the second equation, we have 1 minus cosine of 2x equals tangent x times sine of x. And we can use the double angle identities on the right-hand side, and which says that sine of 2x is the same as 2 sine of x times cosine of x. And we substitute in 2 sine x cosine x in for sine 2x, and then we get this equation. And the second option is another double angle identity on the left-hand side. And this identity says that cosine of 2x is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared x. And we substitute 1 minus 2 sine squared x in for cosine of 2x. For the third problem, we use the difference formula on the left-hand side, which says that tan of x minus y is the same as tan of x minus tan of y over 1 plus tan x tan y, and that gives us this equation once we substitute it in. And another option is to simply multiply the denominator by x plus 1 on both sides.